Hello and welcome to Getting It Done North of 7. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your regeneration time on a Whirlpool water softener. Now the reason I'm making this video is because last night I could hear my water softener regenerating around 4:30 a.m. and that's because I didn't change the regeneration time since the time had changed. So instead of being disturbed around 4:30 in the morning, I'm going to change it now. But first, how does your water softener work? So we have our salt tank, which is this big tank here. Inside the salt tank, in this Whirlpool model at least, there is another tank, which is your media tank. So throughout the day, whenever water is being used in your home, water flows into that media tank and across all those tiny little beads that are inside the media tank. And the media collects all the calcium, magnesium from the water, which softens your water. So basically it removes all the hard material from your water. But eventually the media inside the media tank has to be cleaned. What happens now is during regeneration time, water flows into the salt tank here. It touches the salt and then it turns into a brine, and then that brine goes into the media tank and cleans all those little media beads that are in that tank. It removes all the hardness from those beads. Periodically, all the media beads have to be cleaned, right? So this is what we call the regeneration process. It's cleaning the media beads. I just thought it would be good to know how your water softener works, because it just sits down here in your basement all alone most of the time. Nobody really knows what it does. All they know is periodically we have to put salt in it. Now, how often should we set up our regeneration process? Well, that will be different for everybody, and it kind of gets really complicated depending on the levels of hardness you have in your water as well, and how much water you use in your home and how many people there is. There's a formula, but it's complicated. What I think you should do is just play it by ear. You know how much people are in your home, how often you do laundry, how much water is being used, how much hardness is in your water. So just go by feel. Like if you're having a shower or washing your face and your hands and you feel that the water is hard, you need to set your hardness level to a different level. So if your water is very hard, you're going to be regenerating those beads more often. If it's not such a hard water, you will regenerate the water or the media even less. I go by feel. That's all I do. So without getting it all complicated and going too long into all this, I'm going to show you how I am going to set my regeneration time. So we're going to hit the program button and it's going to show us the regeneration time. So this is the current time, right? So we're going to press it. That's the hardness level I have right now. That's our recharge time. It is set for 2 a.m. Now you want to set your regeneration time when water is not being used in your home. So most of the time everybody's in bed at this time of day at middle of the night, right? No water is being used, nobody's flushing toilets, showering, that sort of thing. If you want to change your recharge time, you can use the up arrow. You can set it for 3 a.m. or you can go back, you can set it for 1 a.m. whichever you want to do. I'm going to set mine for 1 a.m. and be sure that it's a.m. or p.m. Mine is at a.m. Now you could say you're on a night shift and you want to do this during a day, so you could set it for 2 p.m. I'll put it back to 1 a.m. for our household. Now we're going to hit program and it'll be set. And this is for just a normal water softening salt. That's where I'm going to set it, at there. And we're back to normal. So now our water softener will regenerate at 1 a.m. in the morning, which is perfect for us. And just to note, if you want to recharge your water softener, your media kit, at any time of the day, you just have to press and hold this recharge button right here. Now I'll do this if I'm putting a cleaner in the media. So this here is Whirlpool water softener cleanser, and it cleans the media. It helps, the salt water brine goes in and does that, obviously, but this, every 3 months I'll put in this and keeps the water softener working well. So what I do with that is I will just take the whole bottle and I remove this cap here and I pour inside this here, and I will hit recharge and let it do its recharge process, which usually takes about an hour and a half, and that's all you need to do. I know these water softeners, if you're not used to them, they can be a little confusing. Even if you are used to them, they become a little confusing because you really don't touch them or do anything with them very often. They just sit down here and they're ignored, right? But if you ever run into any problems with your water softener, especially a Whirlpool water softener, I have a playlist on this channel. I'll leave a link at the end of this video for that, and also a link down in the description of this video where you can go watch those tutorials on the water softener.